Go again with another tutorial. I'm gonna do curling today with a curling iron. So take down your dirty bun. It's got a lot of grit to it now, so that's gonna be good. And as I always say, we're gonna put some heat protectant in it, and then we are going to give it a minute to absorb and dry, and then we will get to curling. So don't turn your curling irons on yet, or else it will be extremely hot. Even if you have it to the appropriate setting, that first piece is just going to get a little too much heat. So let's do some heat protectant. Alright guys, it's been about, 7-8 minutes right now. It's mostly dry, but I can still feel a little bit in it. So now is when I'm going to turn on my curling iron. So you can see the red button on. See if we can get a little focus there. I am getting mine up to, come on now, focus on this, 350 for my hair. Why? Because I have a lot of hair. It's got a little bit of natural texture to it, but it has been bleached and dyed and all that, so we want to be gentle. So I like going to 350 on mine. Start lower if you don't know what heat is good for yours. You can always start about like 300, 330 or something, and you'll notice like if you're trying to curl your hair and it's taking a while or it's not really holding the curl, then crank it up a little bit. Better to be safe than sorry. Alright, so since we already brushed out our hair when we put our heat protectant in, it should be pretty easy to run your fingers through right now. If you didn't watch the last video, I go over my sectioning a little bit more, so I'll kind of go quickly through it this time. First section is going to be top of my parting down to my ear. I'm going to take this first section here without even looking at it. That's a nice manageable chunk of hair. I keep the hair that has yet to be curled behind me. I keep this one separated, so it separates everything really nicely and keeps you organized. Okay, we're going to do not too hard, kind of like with a flat iron. We don't need to like clamp it, just be gentle, okay? Slowly close it. Start mid-shaft of your hair and go up. It shouldn't be too hot yet. If you have it on the appropriate setting, you have time, so don't rush through this. Pull through your hair, curl in. Still get your little tail hanging out here, okay? So we're doing more of a modern curl today, kind of like the one we did before, a little beachy, not too tight. Just something that you see like Pinterest, Victoria's Secret runway, something really pretty and modern. Still not too hot to the touch. We're gonna go ahead and pull out. If you're getting stuck, kind of press a little bit here, just a little, all the way up. When it's hot to your fingers, like starting to get uncomfortable, that's when it's starting to get uncomfortable for your hair. So go ahead and release, whoop, let all the way down. If you need to, pull this back through, just to the ends. See, get a nice loose wave, just like we did with the flat iron, but now we're doing it with a curling iron. So if you remember from the last video, if it's too tight, just manipulate it a little bit with your fingers. If your hair doesn't hold a curl, wait till the end. Now we've got this chunk here, okay? So we're going to gently clip from the mid shaft, come up, not too hot, pull out, curl in, let it sit for a minute, okay? Got a nice little tail left, so we don't need to do it a third time, so we just wait a few more seconds till it's starting to get a little uncomfortable for the fingers. We're gonna drag through this piece here, okay? So just pull it straight down, drag through, drag through, drag through, drag through, done. A lot of times people get really nervous about that dragging part because sometimes, more on squeaky clean hair, but sometimes it does feel like you're tugging at your hair. If that's a thing, the key to this is just a slight release of pressure with your thumb. Just a slight release, and you should be able to slide through your hair. Okay, and the front section is done. So the difference between the last video and this one is I'm gonna do it in real time. I'm gonna show you how I go through the sides and the back and all that. Just remember the back is a lot bigger of a section because we have ears and a neck here, and back here we've got a lot more hair. So you just have to take a few more sections to get through the back, but I promise you'll do it. It's gonna be frustrating just like the last time, but nothing gets easy without a little practice. here, and then I'm gonna go this way. These nice long pieces in the back I'm gonna start with, and doing it the same way, top to bottom. That piece is a little too big for me, so just hold on to that, put your finger on top where you wanna split it again, till that feels like a much smaller, more manageable chunk, as I say, and we'll get down to it. At the very end, I like to refine these little pieces. If you have a long bang like I do or are growing them out, it's always nice to just soften those up a little bit. And then we're gonna put some product in, a little dry shampoo on the roots and throughout to give it texture, and a little oil on the ends to give a little moisture and shine. I had a little too much, so I had to wipe my hands off. And then we're done. Here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how I get a beachy wave, and hopefully this helped you do it on your own hair. Maybe you like a flat iron better, maybe you like a curling iron, maybe you still can't get the hang of it and you need some tips, just let me know. Hope this helps you refresh your hair before a Zoom call or a house party with some of your girlfriends on your phone, or maybe just to look really good while you're watching your 100th episode of Netflix.